All right, guys, I have a new vision that I would like to share with y'all, and I hope this is going to bring you some new spark to your spirit and to make you realize that, hey, yeah, you know what, we're getting close, and it really looks like we're going home now. Before I do that, I want to say thank you to all those who have helped us and who are praying for us, and to let you know that, guys, we are kind of in dire straits right now, and we really, really could use your help again. So, if the Lord lays it on your heart to help us, we would really appreciate it. And I thank you so much. All right, let's get into this. In the last video, I had shown y'all the 1 year time frame, how the 1 year equals 1 day, and that 1 year is actually the wedding day. And I had told y'all that there are 3 4-month segments where he is going to gather his people. Okay. And I showed you how we would have 3 different groups that would be taken at 3 different times. All right. So, what he has shown me now is a breakdown of those 3 different groups. If you look at this picture right here, you will see that we are a harvest within a harvest within a harvest. If you look at the 7 years, at the top of the years, year 1, 4, 6, and 7, you will see that we have the Gentile first fruits. In year 4, we have the Jewish first fruits. In year 6, we have the main harvest. And year 7, we have the gleanings. Well, if you look at the first year, you will see that there are 3 main groups of 4 months each. The first group is the first fruits, the second group is the main harvest, the third group are the gleanings. But he broke it down even further. If you look at this first group, you will see that we are first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings within the first group. Then you look at the second group, first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings. You look at the third group, you have first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings. All right, so group 1, group 2, group 3, those represent the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. And then you break that down and look at the 9 different groups that correlate to the feast days. Now let me show you this. So group 1 is called the bride. Group 2, the wedding guest. Group 3, the poor and needy. Those are the people who are invited to come to the end of the wedding celebration day and eat what's left over. Okay? Go back to group 1. They're called the elders. Group 2, the bishops. Group 3, the disciples. Go back to group 1 again. They are called the beloved. Group 2 is called the saints. Group 3 is called the elect. All right. Now, looking at group 1, the bride, elders, beloved, they are gathered by John. John being or representing the best friend of the groom. Okay. And I told y'all he might also come with the Apostle Paul as well as Enoch and possibly maybe one other person, but I'm not too sure. Okay. This first group will receive either a new flesh body, a new spirit body, or a new glorified body, depending on which harvest cycle they are in. And I'll show you those in a minute. This group is saved. This group is repentant. I didn't say perfect. I said repentant. Okay? They are watching. They are waiting. They are ready. They are without spot or blemish. Okay? The second group, the wedding guests, bishops, and saints. This group will be gathered by the bride. They are also believers. They will get either new spirit bodies or new flesh bodies, depending on how long they have been walking with the Holy Spirit and where they are in terms of their justification, sanctification, / glorification. Okay? They are saved. They are watching. They are waiting, but they are non-repentant concerning some of their sins, and they're not quite ready. Okay? Then that third group, they represent the poor and needy. Okay? The disciples, the elect. They will be gathered by the angels. Why? Because Jesus is leaving with the bride and the wedding guest to go to the wedding. The angels don't get the elect, and the elect are not allowed to come until the end of the day. Okay, they don't participate in the gathering of the wedding guest and the ceremony and all that. Okay, so the angels will come and gather them. All right, these are people who are believers or they were once believers. They will get a new flesh body. They are saved or they were once saved, but these people are currently not repentant. They are backslidden. Some of them might be apostate. They're not watching. They're not waiting. They're not ready. But when they see the children start to leave, it's going to change their heart and they're going to come back. So let's take a look at this first group, the first set of three in pink that I have shown in the arrow. These are what Jesus has shown me. These dates right here are what Jesus has shown me in a vision concerning that first group, the first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings of the bride. She represents the Passover group. Okay, we are in the Passover season. Now, guys, look at what I have here on this paper. It shows you the transfiguration date as well as the ascension date of each group. And it shows you what kind of body they get. But here's the thing. I don't know if these are the exact dates, if these are approximate dates that are off by 24 to 48 hours, or if this is only a type and shadow of what he's going to do when he starts collecting his people. He just gave me these dates in the vision. I don't know what the dates mean, so you need to take that back to the Lord yourself, and you need to confirm this or not confirm this yourself, okay? I'm not saying that he said this is the exact date that we go. I'm saying this is what he showed me in the vision. This may be a type and shadow. They may be off by, 24 to 48 hours. So where you see the 16th and 17th, that might really be the 18th and 19th. Okay? It might be a month off. I don't know. All right? I'm just showing you what he showed me. All right? So the bride represents the Passover group. So why are these dates significant? It's because these are happening during the Passover season. They incorporate not only the the Jewish calendar Passover dates with second Passover and things like that. It also incorporates God's true Passover and God's true second Passover. And remember, these dates that I'm showing you are could possibly be, I don't know, they could possibly be just a type and shadow of what he's actually doing, and they might not be the actual dates. Because remember, I've told y'all in the past where when we have the week of first fruits, it can happen any time during the week of unleavened bread. It does not have to be the third day, which is possibly why nothing happened on Easter Sunday, okay? It doesn't have to be the third day. First fruits happens the morrow after the Sabbath, but the first day of unleavened bread and the last day of unleavened bread are also called a Sabbath. And then you have the weekly Sabbath in there as well. So you have three possible Sabbaths where the first fruits could fall anywhere during that week. It could also fall on the 8th day after the week of unleavened bread, simply because it fell the first fruits came the day after the Sabbath, and the last day of unleavened bread is a Sabbath, okay? So when you're looking at the Jewish Passover, we're looking at anywhere between April 1st and April the 8th, where the first fruits could still take place, All right. So 40 days after that would be like May the 18th for Ascension Day, which is right smack dab in the middle of God's true Passover. Okay, because his Passover is May 14th through the 21st. And God always takes his people back to the promised land on Passover, his true Passover. Okay, so here again, we can still look at April the 8th and say, hey, you know what? Maybe that's the first fruits. Maybe something might happen on that day. We don't know. All right, so here again, the dates that I'm showing you may very well be just a type and shadow of what he's doing. They may not be the actual dates, okay? So now we're going to look at this second group, known as the main harvest group. So we have a first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings within the main harvest group. This group, known as the wedding guest, or they represent the wedding guest, this group is called the Pentecost group or the Feast of Weeks group. And you see the dates here. You see what's going on. You can pause it and look at these if you need to. All right, so after Passover, we have 3 Feast of Weeks. All right, we have the Pentecost, which is the Feast of Wheat. We have the Feast of New Wine, and we have the Feast of Oil. All right, so if you look at Revelation 6:6, where it's talking about don't hurt the oil or the wine, it's talking about these last 2 groups right here. All right, this goes back to the parable of the wheat and tares, where Jesus said, don't pull out the tares because you might uproot the wheat. He said, wait until the harvest time, and then you can separate them, because it's time for the wheat to come out anyway. So it doesn't matter if you pull out the tares at that point. Okay? So when it's talking about don't hurt the oil and the wine, especially when it's referring to the black horse of famine, what he's saying is, I'm going to feed my people. Even if I have to feed them with manna, I am going to feed my people. And of course, it goes without saying that if we look at this last group, known as the gleanings, we have a first fruits, main harvest, and gleanings within this last group. Okay? This group is known as the tabernacle group. And if you look at the dates that are given in this vision, they actually correspond with God's true tabernacles, God's true Hanukkah, as well as the Jewish Hanukkah. And the Feast of Weeks dates were the same thing. They correspond with the Jewish Feast of Weeks and God's Feast of Weeks. And going back to that first group, where we were talking about the April the 8th being possibly the first fruits, if something does happen on that day, guys, that would still incorporate the Jewish Passover, first Passover, as well as Easter Sunday, being Easter week, okay? So we can't give up on that yet. He hasn't said yes or no to either one of those. So let's just keep that in mind. And like I said, I hope this just gives y'all a new spark of hope. Okay, guys? Listen, I love you. God loves you. I want y'all to be blessed, be happy. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Shalom.